Well, good afternoon, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you lovely ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I've been actually working on out here. I've had like a crackle sound that was in my mic and found out that my cable that goes from my Rode mixer into the house, because it's segmented, because it's a USB-C, got a little water in it, and so that caused a little bit of a crackling sound. Now, you may hear in the background there is an HVAC unit over there. It is about 90 degrees outside, so it is keeping the house cool, so you may hear a little of that, and you may hear a cicada in the background from time to time, but other than that, hopefully the sound sounds a little bit better. You know, you've got to understand, we are in the great outdoors, so it can't be quite perfect, at least not until I change up and get some really, really dynamic microphones, and we'll probably do something like that in the near future for the outside studio. You know, so I've been out here working on stuff, and, you know, the great thing is I've got all these monitors out here, so I'm looking at stuff. And the great dissing of the Dallas Cowboys continues. Madden is doing their Madden ratings. It's amazing that Micah Parsons, Rookie Defensive Player of the Year, a man getting first place votes that should have gotten a good ranking whether he was an edge rusher, because he had the greatest win rate as an edge rusher, as well as a linebacker, ends up being tied for 7th. You know, we've heard all of the talking heads out there talking about my quarterback, Dak Prescott, and basically saying that, you know, he's not a top 10 quarterback. He's outside of the range and things. You know, we've heard, of course, Diggs, that he's not really a cornerback. He's just an interceptor. He's no big deal. And so you just continue. Every day you get somebody else that bitch slaps us. Now, this one may be one that may be flying under the radar for a lot of people, because I don't think a lot of people will really think of this player as one of the better players in the NFL in his position. But we're talking about a rags to riches story here in Jayron Kearse. So I looked at it again, and you've heard me say this many, many times this past year, because I've been trying to pound into your head how we used to be worried about safety to the point where we talked about trading, you know, giving up a second-round pick for an Earl Thomas. We actually were talking to the Jets about getting Jamal Adams, who went for 2 number ones. We were talking about giving up a number 1, and they wanted Zach Martin, and that's when we said, get the F out of here. So I figured in the Madden ratings, okay, Jayron Kearse should get some love in here. And lo and behold, I saw the list. Number 1 is Tyrann Mathieu, you know, the Honey Badger. Okay, I can see that. But I went through, I just want to open up the article and just started looking. So it starts, this article that I'm looking at right now, it starts out at 12. At 12, they have Devin McCourty. Okay, you know, veteran. He's been there. He's been to war, got Super Bowl rings. And then Micah Hyde, Buffalo Bills. Yeah, he's a really good player. Okay, Micah Hyde at 11. That's great. Micah Fitzpatrick, Pittsburgh Steelers at 10. Okay. Adrian Amos, Green Bay Packers at 9. Okay. Harrison Smith, Minnesota Vikings at 8. I said, wow. As I'm going through this list, I said, man, Jayron Kearse, his season was like Buda Baker, so he couldn't be in the top, 10, is he? Jamal Adams at 7. Okay. Kevin Byrd, Tennessee, 6. Jesse Bates. Now here's what's cool is we talked about Jesse Bates, who's a Pro Bowler, last night, because Philly 500 lost his mind last night, and he was saying that the Eagles were inquiring about Jesse Bates III. And as they went through this article, the number 2 team they said that would be likely to trade for Jesse Bates would be the Dallas Cowboys. And I was kind of like, what are you talking about? Jayron Kearse is better than Jesse Bates, and we have under contract for like $3.5 million. You're talking about trading for a guy whose numbers were worse last year than Jayron Kearse. I'm like, that's clickbait all the way. So I'm sitting there thinking, okay, maybe they got Jayron Kearse in the top 5. Justin Simmons, Denver Broncos. They couldn't have him in the top 3. Darwin James, Chargers. Okay. Buda Baker at 2. And then the Honey Badger. I said, wait a minute. Wait. We just went through the top 12. Now we know the Honey Badger got a 95. And I'm like, well, what was the rating for Jayron Kearse? Where's Jayron Kearse on this list? So I went to, this is the Madden list, okay? And let me blow it up. Let me see if I can blow it up a little more here. Okay. So you got the Honey Badger here at 1, Buda Baker, Darwin James, Jamal Adams, Harrison Smith, Adrian Amos, Jordan Pryor, Marcus May, Jamie Ward, Kareem Jackson, Malcolm Jenkins, C.J. Garner, Kyle Duggar, Jabril Peppers, Adrian Phillips, Eric Rowe, Von Bell, Anthony Harris, Kareem Curl. You have 19 players they rank higher than Jayron Kearse, and they have him at a 79. Are you shitting me? Okay. Now I know I'm a homer. I know I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, and I'm going to defend my Cowboys 100%. But let's go ahead. Let's go to the numbers, because I'm just trying to understand this. I am trying to understand how it is that they believe that Eric Rowe, that Von Bell, Anthony Harris, and Kareem Curl are all better than Jayron Kearse. That Jayron Kearse is the number 20 safety in the NFL? Strong safety? Seriously? This is some bullshit. Let's look at the comparisons here, okay? Let's go through some of these. How about we look at the Honey... No, let's not start with the Honey Badger. How about we look at Jamal Adams? A guy that, thank God we didn't trade 2 number 1s for him, because he's just an in-the-box safety who can't cover shit. Jamal Adams had less solo tackles than Jayron Kearse by 11. Had less quarterback hits, 2-6. Had less tackles for losses, 9-4. They had the same amount of interceptions. That's Jamal Adams. Okay. How about Jesse Bates? Let's go to Jesse Bates, okay? Jesse Bates, who, they said the Cowboys should trade for him, right? He's on the Super Bowl team. Jesse Bates, the exact same number of tackles, 67. 67 as Jayron Kearse. But mind you, Jayron Kearse blew it up with assists. Had 5 more quarterback hits and 6 more tackles for loss and 1 more sack and 1 more interception. So how do you say Jesse Bates, I mean, these are comparison numbers, is rated, what? Jesse Bates is rated 5th? And Jayron Kearse is 20. Let's go some more. Let's dig a little deeper. Derwin James. Now, Derwin James, I'll give you, Derwin James was a little bit better, right? But not by a whole lot. 75 tackles, solo tackles to 67. Assists, 43-34. Quarterback hits, he had 1 more. Sacks, he had 1 more. Forced fumbles, he had 3. I'll give you, Derwin James is better than Jayron Kearse. But guess what? Jayron Kearse is in the neighborhood. Let's go to Buda Baker. Jayron Kearse, in less games, had 4 more solo tackles, almost the same as assists, had 3 more quarterback hits, had 3 more tackles for loss, and had one less sack and one less interception. Their numbers, you might as well say, are pretty much identical. A couple of ones he's slightly better, a couple of ones he's slightly better. That's in the same category, guys. And the number one guy, the Honey Badger, this is what's kind of cool. They both played 16 games. Jayron Kearse had more solo tackles by 7, had more assists than the Honey Badger, okay? 16 to 34. Quarterback hits, had 4 more quarterback hits, had more tackles for loss by 7. The only area you look at that Tyrann Mathieu had an advantage was 1 more interception. Now, I ask you, and I know we're not going to get a legitimate answer from other team players and stuff, but do you honestly look at the comparisons of the top safeties here in the NFL and see that Jayron Kearse is right there in the mix with them? And do you honestly believe that going through this list that you've got all of these guys, Cameron Curl is better than Jayron Kearse from the football team? That Anthony Harris is better than Jayron Kearse? Come on, guys. This is the same bullshit that we continually get from everybody that automatically disrespects the Dallas Cowboys. This is just straight up bullshit. And I'm hoping and I'm praying that our Dallas Cowboys players get a chip on their shoulder, get pissed the hell off, and come out there and knock people's blocks off. Because I ain't going to lie to you, they are just straight up effing with us. But hey, you know, what else is new? I'm hoping that everybody from the Dallas Cowboys comes out and proves every single one of these guys wrong. And that being said, I'm going to get out of here. Peace.